Does it work? Yes. So, Arifureta episode 10, of course. It's also going to be Hajime with Noint, Angel fight, right? And it's going to be something more, I guess. And after that, some more ranking, and then some more Edgelord on Twitch, right? Yeah, let's think, of course, great episode. Bunny and girl got focused, which was the best thing ever. Freaking Shea-chan, right? Fight got some good action scenes with her. So that was good. And how smug she was. I knew she would be smug too. Oh yeah, you can't counter my abilities. So that was fun. But now I guess we finally gonna have the angel fight. Yeah, so the tease, right? Like last episode, it started with here's the angel fight. That was like, oh, whatever. And then I didn't do anything about it. So anyway, so watching it. So 3, 2, 1, and go. That's opening immediately. Immediate opening, eh? Okay, I have some comments. There we go. The opening I think is kind of weak as anyway. Yeah, opening 1 is better. There we go. If you can give me the dragon fight. Yeah, flying CDI dragon. Here we go. Flying CDI dragon, and of course Tilf. You know, Tilf is back. Give it a little bit of her. Yeah, Gokuji-sama, but I like it. She's like her mouth is moving. There we go. Yeah, it really does anime. Tio-san, we're gonna save your master! Oh my god, Sensei's doing it. Time to use my powers. Man, Sensei's going serious. She's like, let's go back to Japan or something. I don't really want to go back to Japan, but yeah. Yeah, okay. Sensei's going serious here. But if Sensei could do this stuff earlier, I mean, to some extent, couldn't she like maybe use her magic because she was imprisoned? I mean, stop, wait a minute. Yeah, that's true. Sensei has some magic abilities. She has some abilities, right? An isekai character too, right? She didn't really use her character because she was stuck in a prison, but she didn't do anything about that. Whatever. She needs some love motivation. Here we go. An angel. Or an apostle, but whatever. You're angels, come on. This is at the Edgelord. Here we go. He's like, angel! Kommer in with a machine gun, like stupid angels. Yeah. Exactly. This is how you fight angels, with machine guns and rifles. There we go. This is the Edgelord solution to angels, certainly. She looks very unimpressed by his badassery. And then I got these things as always. This is a weird anime. Yeah, it's like an angel, waifu angel flying around fighting some kind of, I don't know, floating cross, I don't know what they was, crushing guns, bazookas or something. Who knows really what's supposed to be. Yeah, destroys his rifle. yeah, but now he's getting pissed off. He's turning into full edge man. He's going like 100% edge now, guys. That would be the meh anime to fight. Yeah, I mean, this anime is certainly have a high budget. That's an issue, of course, anime. I mean, he looks fine. It's probably the best fight actually to have this anime compared to the other CGI fights when it's just like a flying white dragon with laser beams. Yeah, it could be worse, I guess. What's happening now then? Yes, his sword is breaking, yes. Yeah. Those angel swords, you know, pretty weak. God should give them more powers. A little music fits around. I don't know, but some other fights the music was just weird. This is like kind of yeah, this music is like, okay, yeah, this kind of works. But there was some other fights where, especially the water fight, where the music was like, what is happening? I was like, this doesn't make any sense. They were like, yeah, it's just so weird. Yeah, now she's all wounded here. At least, got some blood and so on. Oh yeah, a chakram. Chakram, yeah. He's going Cena on her. I mean, if you ever seen Cena, you know that Cena, she's called the God Slayer, right? Cena is like, oh, what angel? Chakram, bitch, yeah. She's like, you know, yeah, like she's oh man, everyone said the chakram is the best weapon ever. And she's screwed, man. He got a double chakram. This is exactly like a scene now. She gets that double chakram turned into 2 swords too. Yeah, she kills all the gods, man. Like this. This is a 5 scene or whatever, or 6 or whatever. Yeah. Oh, she's screwed now. Oh, I got the Last of True 2. He's truly turning into an Amazon. These weird CGI weapons. It's beautiful. Man, this is weird. It's epilepsy. My eyes! There's too much flashes. It's very, very purple flashes. Arguably a little too much on epilepsy intrusion on my eyes there. Seriously speaking. Like, honestly. Yeah, now this is like, oh yeah, this is terrible. This is seriously terrible. No, I don't think this is watchable. This is like goddamn lighting effects for. Yeah, okay, there we go. that was like that was seriously like an epilepsy attack. Like, I don't even joke. That's probably like some. If you ever seen the episode Pokemon, they got banned, right? The Polygon episode. Where is it? The episode's way worse though. But oh man, she's dead. Maybe I don't know exactly how she works, but she got a wound here now in her chest there. I don't know. And when one wing is lost too, I suppose. But I don't know really, like, they can die probably, right? But this is kind of God-created apostles, they... Who knows, right? Maybe she's turned into a human or something, turned to non-form or... Then that's actually with some wings, or some feathers, we have to spot on there. I don't know, did she die from that? Who knows, right? I mean, he certainly won, but it feels like she could survive that, right? Perhaps. Given how they, you know, because of kind of godlike powers or whatever, right? Or... But yeah, it reminded me a little bit of that Polygon episode of Pokemon. I've seen it, right? You can find it on the internet. This is horrible. But that's way worse because it has its flashlighting thing and happens all the time. But what I mean is that since that episode, animes have been a little bit like... I think the episode was very famous, so a lot of anime studios are kind of like, yeah, we can't do that, right? Yeah, we can't do that shit again because there were kids having, you know, get scissors on, right? Yeah, it was a very famous episode. Nintendo was very embarrassed, you know, But that wasn't about him then. It was like a short version of that. Yeah, it's flickering purple light for like a minute. But anyway, yeah. So now they're back with his wife's. Yeah, Hontoni, yo, Hashima-kun, Sensei, so proud of you. You gotta have a sensei in your harem, come on. The same in like Persona 5 or so. Yeah, you gotta have a, you know, a smashable hot sensei, you know. Huh? Oh, I'm not in love with him. T was like, yeah, you wanna do it, master? I too, let's do it together, yeah. T is always a perv. T was like, yeah, we can do it at the same time, girl. Let's team up, right? And she's like, yeah, no, I'm not in love with you. I'm just kinda in love with you. Poor sensei, those teaser. Yeah, no sense is gonna get teased here for like 10 minutes probably. Poor girl. See? I knew it, yeah, it's a teaser now. But I mean, Tio is so openly a hentai, right? She's just like, yes, sensei, you wanna smash him? Yeah. You know how she is, yes, he was like, yeah, do it, I wanna watch, you know. That's just how Tio is, right, yeah. Tio always reminds me a lot of Mero in Nishio, also Darkness too, but I feel also Mero, you know, in They Love It Monster Girl. So Mero is into that, right? Mero's like, oh, I wanna see smash the camp tower, I wanna watch, you know. She's always like, you know, tries to get the main character to sex with other characters. Like, oh yeah, it's so good. It's like, that's awesome. See, that's cool, guys. Poor sensei, it's gonna tease her for the whole thing now, right? Oh, please, I'm trying to have sex with you, yeah. Stop teasing me. But I feel it's a lot of her character, yeah. It's gonna be like, oh, sensei, you horny? No, I'm not. Come on, guys, stop joking with that. Right? It's gonna be it's hard for life. Right? Oh, poor sensei. Oh, so come on, sensei. He's like, please leave me alone. Yeah, now she's gonna have a mental little sadness. From teasing her to feeling sorry for her, but again, I do feel it's kind of funny. It is very, very this sensei the relationship they have with her. Yeah, I was gonna be crying and so on. That people have, of course. But I mean, that's episode, right? Yeah. That I feel Sensei's like number 3 in his harem, you know. I feel Sensei has the 3rd highest chance to marry him. I think she's pretty high up there in the harem rank, actually. But of course, you know, yeah, I mean, it's always like Vampire is number 1 by a landslide, right? Like she's by far. His ghost is like showing them in the path, maybe. Yeah, the ghost is like, let's go here. But anyway, yeah, you know, again, for that, I feel Sensei she has a high chance to actually win the harem love story, right? If we didn't have. You know, the first one. But that being said, this anime is probably gonna marry them all, right? You know, like in Tenshinmoyo. Tenshinmoyo, the OG harem anime, right? He's like 8 wives, right? Yeah. Tenshinmoyo seems to end with him having like a gangbang with all of them, which is not shown, but this is like season 5 or something of the OVA. There's a scene where, it's about like the other character. It's terrible how they changed the season of Tenshinmoyo. It's terrible, but. There's a scene with like Tenshi that walks down a mountain range with all the waifus in the anime. Again, this is an OG horror anime. He was down with Ryoku and Mashu and so on with his mother and daughter, and they're all smiling. They're like, yeah. Then someone asked them like, what do you do? And they're like, oh, later tell. And they're all like, yeah, we did it together. So it's like this weird scene. But anyway, yeah, Tenshinmoyo, the OG horror anime. He actually ends up with marrying everyone. So, you know, it definitely can be possible. I think Yoshida Tenshinmoyo is the first horror anime. That's what I used to say is the first read horror anime list. But yeah. In that anime, he actually gets all of them. Or same spin-off. So, who knows, right? He can probably marry Sensei and the rest of them. But here we go. The ghost is showing them clearly. Yeah, the ghost is very helpful here. He's like showing them where to go here. Very, very nice ghost. He's like, there. Yes, here's the quest line. You know. He's not an Elden Ring ghost, no. Elden Ring ghost would be like, somewhere in the mountain there is a darkness, yeah. In Elden Ring the ghost would be like, yeah, and then you get, here's an item, and you read the description, it's like, this item was forged by the blade of darkness in this corridor, or something, and you'd be like, this ghost was like, here, follow me, here it is, press this button here, yeah. This ghost was a Nintendo ghost, he was from a Nintendo game. He's like, he showed them the dungeon immediately. He's like, here you go, press the button here, open the door, here's the item, yeah. He was a very friendly ghost, man. Okay, why does Sensei... Huh? Not like it hurts her? I don't know, yeah, like... Yeah, it's like the too much information in my brain. Oh, whatever, he gets items. So. Yeah, he gets on the ring. Get some information. Let's take a item. Also, the book that has in. I was supposed to take that, but people must be very into it, right? This is book, right? With the show in Greasa, the true history, whatever. That book is similar. Can have this, like, yellowy, brownish pages, like here's the demon lord and Ymir and so on. Yeah, kind of a similar book there, but whatever. Yeah, so he gets another, legendary item here. Oh yeah, the ring thing has the same symbol as the wall, right? Yeah, there's like a raider. Yeah, same symbol as the. But yeah, Sensei apparently can't handle this sound at all here. Her brain is like breaking or something. Being here. But yeah, so the ring has the same symbol, right? As the. Whatever. That makes sense. I mean, it's like their emblem or whatever, I guess, right? A lot of games and so on. Yeah, pretty common. But here we go, back to the princess probably. Something, yeah, back to the humans, right? Oh, that was a bit dark, whatever, yeah, back to the humans. Back to the storyline no one cares about. I mean, almost like this storyline is totally the meaning, but yeah, she's the sword lady, right? Eventually she's gonna join the harem too, probably. She's the katana girl, right? You're gonna have a badass warrior lady in your yeah, she's the the boob lady with the sword, right? With I guess, yeah, I got this weird, over boob. And here's the other girls no one cares about. Yeah, I just feel like whoever the traitor is, I feel I don't care because there's so little build up on the other characters. I just have solid interest, I feel, in this other, whatever they are doing. There's sort of screen time, and the screen that they have is just kind of meaningless. Yeah, oh, the cutscene or whatever. Well, I guess the prince isn't back. This guy got really blue eyes, man. He got like sparkling blue eyes, just like I do. Yeah, a pretty boy. And I mean, it was so dumb, and it was betraying the commander guy. Oh, so dumb, right? No, betraying. What was her? I can't speak. Why does her arms have those kind of the boob glare? They have the kind of the boob glare on the tits. The thing, right? They have in the oppas. Yeah, her arms, her elbow has like a massive red glare. I was like, looks like she has that kind of oppa glare. Yeah, why does she have oppa elbows? Am I the only one? I mean, I guess is she sleeping on her elbow or something? I don't know. Her hair was like shining red. Is she like sleeping like this or something? Is that how she sleeps? It's a sword technique. You improve your muscles, you sleep on and you get up and you're like, I'm ready to fight. But here we go. Oh, she's obviously mind controlled. Yeah. I mean, we all know this goes. Somebody's mind controlling them all, right? I mean, she's so obviously mind controlled. Her eyes are completely dark. Like, I don't know why she would believe her. She's so obviously mind controlled. She goes in there with her eyes completely dark, like, shit is happening. Who would trust this woman? I would immediately be like, are you a puppet of mind control? I would immediately be like, oh, I see, you clearly mind controlled. Because even if whatever who's controlling her told her to do. I mean, even if the mind controller would tell her to do X thing, I'd be like, well. But yeah, one of these kids is a traitor, right? Yeah. And this girl is so incredibly mind-controlled. Why do they keep just taking what... I mean, I wouldn't take what she says on face value at all, right? You know what I mean? I wouldn't take it for seriously at all. She stands in the back and looking on. Well, Aerith is probably a traitor then. Because now she's suddenly taking charge here. I honestly have no idea who this character is. This feels like she's gonna be a traitor now. She suddenly is like, yeah, let's listen to the mind-controlled person, right? Let's do this thing, yeah. Suddenly Aerith is taking charge here, so she's probably a traitor, but it just feels like, I don't know, I care for anyone is traitor here. Like this guy, I just feel he's sort of the build-up of any of them. Only the sword lady has any build-up, I feel like. And obviously they're already, what's his name again? The first traitor. Yeah, I mean, he has already some build-up, I guess, right? But like, how can't the city be controlled? Why are they into a trap for? Why are they so stupid for? I feel just makes me so unrelatable to me, honestly, because why are them all like, yeah, this makes sense, let's go to this like obviously mind-controlled army, this is not a trap or anything, right? You know what I mean? Like, who would fall for this crap? This is like some horror, like, if you watch a horror movie, most horror movies doesn't make any sense. Not because they're dramatic in it, but because the character actually like, oh, look at that haunted house over there. I'm gonna enter that house, you know. Oh, I hear people screaming. I'm gonna go in there and die, you know. Like, the issue usually with horror movies is that people are so stupid, right? It's more, it's like, there are ghosts or whatever, it's more reasonable. The people are like, yeah, I'm gonna enter that place, you know? And I feel it's the same thing to here. They're just like, oh yeah, this can't be a trap. She's like, it's obviously a massive trap, right? It's like some kind of bloodbath strategy. I'm talking about in the I said the same thing right in the ship scene, right? I was like, obviously the king is gonna betray all these, you know, demon people or whatever, right? These beast people and so on. Who was poisoning them, right? Yeah, and killing them on the ship, right? And now these heroes, these ISEKAI characters, are gonna be betrayed, right? But the army is obviously like, yeah, it's just so incredibly clear. Yeah, and now of course this like the crystal ball is a mind control thing, right? But see, this is like the dumbest trap ever, right? So either they're killing them or taking over the bodies. You're all gonna die! And for some reason she's fine. I don't know, she kinda covered her eyes a bit, I guess. But I mean, she is the only one that has some kind of screen time, so of course she's gonna be fine. Sword Lady is gonna be somewhat fine. The rest are stunned, right? Or backstabbed during the flash or whatever, but yeah. It's also so dumb how they like stood there surrounded by all these mind control soldiers. Instead of standing in a group together, they let them you know, surround them. Yeah, they let them surround them. It's just so, how can they be so bad as heroes? How can they be so bad? And for some reason well, this area is gonna be a traitor because she's the only one on the ground. Yeah, so obviously area is a traitor because he's the only one, it's only those two alive, right? Yeah, so obviously she's a traitor. You saw earlier being like, yeah, let's go over there because, yeah. And the maid was of course mind control. Do you know the maid's mind control? Holy shit, why is she talking to her? Just run away or something. Do something else. She's gonna stab her something now. Yeah. How can she still not see she's mind control? How is she so stupid? Oh my god, it's so dumb. She's like, how can she not understand that the maid is also mind control? Holy shit. Also kinda weird to stab her from the backside of the stomach, but yeah. How can she not see this shit happening? It's like, come on. Oh, it's so stupid. Yeah, she presses it down now. I love it, she laughs at them. I'm the traitor! It's my obvious evil introduction, yeah. Immediately some evil laughter here. Oh, I love it. Immediately she's just like, I'm evil. I hate you. So, here we go. I mean, it's her. She's the only person left. How could you? Harry-chan! I love this. Even better. Oh, I love it. Just a super obvious, super stereotypical, like, you know, swirling mustache evil. Yeah. Traitors! No, I love that she was so uber evil, you know. And she's like, yeah, my trap. It's like, for example, right. Talk about the Organ video, right? I play, you know, Shaku's my main, right? Saturn Shaku, right? Yeah. Shaku's my main for years, right? If you played League of Legends. So I just love that shit, you know. Like we have, yeah. I gotta love that, you know, typical super maniac evil person. She's like, yeah. She's like, yeah. Yeah, he's like coming in there, he's being like, no. Let's go back to her. The traitor scene. I love this. She just laughs at her. There it is. Yeah, she starts laughing at her. And it's like maniacal laughter. I'm the traitor. That's right. It was me all along. But that's what I mean. It's up in Shaku, right? You know, this is like a Shaku scene. You're like, you walked into my trap. You know, it's like, He's very much of that psychopathic evil clown, you know. Yeah, he's very much of that kind of end scene of someone walks into your, you know, your Jack in the Box in the jungle in Shaku, and you're like, that was mine, I'm full AP, bitch! Yeah. But anyway, yeah. What can I say, right? She was a traitor. It was kind of obvious, not earlier, but almost in the episode at least, when she because she suddenly she's like, yeah, let's listen to this maid that's clearly being mind controlled, but let's listen to her, right? So, suddenly, and then she, for whatever reason, she was not standing with them, right? Yeah. I mean, she was not standing with the other Isekai characters in the Colosseum, so obviously she was gonna be the traitor. That scene was clear, crystal clear, right? She was the only one, and I mean, otherwise it would have been this, like, you know, at this episode, it was pretty clear that it was her or it was going to be the unreliable narrator, right? Because obviously the other character, right, is the one we're following, and if the one we're following is the traitor, she had to lie to us, right? Lie to the viewer, right? Which sometimes happens, but I didn't feel it's go with that route, right? You know, I'm the bad girl, you know, the main character or whatever it's gonna be. Like, actually, I'm evil, right? But that kind of could be, I think, vanity for that matter. If you are up to date, already speaking with Take a Titan, right? I would say that for that map standpoint. It's not even thinking about the Titan. Would Take a Titan with Eren and so on actually be better if he actually was still the main character, right? And he still was the protagonist, but he was an unreliable protagonist, so he actually lied to the viewer. That probably actually would have been a better writing in the Eren situation, honestly. I throw it out here, but what do you guys think, right? I might make a video about that later. I'm thinking about that. It might be much better, actually. If Eren still did the same thing, but he lied to the viewer, and then he still kind of lies, I guess, but like even more so. But whatever, I digress. Yeah. So if he wasn't gonna be, you know, again like a lying narrator, right? She had to be the bad girl basically at this position. But that being said, I have no idea why she's betraying them, right? And I feel this is kind of like, yeah, she's evil, and obviously she has the dark control magic, right? Puppeteer magic, kind of the flamingo. I can control people with puppets, right? I mean, of course, her magic, but honestly, I feel there's like no build up for this thing at all. So I guess it's gonna be some twist or something, but I guess this episode has to explain her reasoning, why she hates them, right? Like, you ard me, or, you know, your boyfriend touched my my ass or something when we were in kindergarten or whatever. Yeah, it has to be some backstory, right? But I could see that being a thing, and I wouldn't mind it that much, right? We have this, you know, main character and he's betrayed, you know, Hajime by the beginning, right? But I wouldn't mind, honestly, if the storyline goes that Eri here was like, I don't know, maybe she was assaulted at school, right? Whatever, yeah, maybe you know, maybe some of these heroes, right, abused her or whatever, she was bullied or something. I wouldn't, like, you know, I think that could actually be work, even if it's kind of like she could have killed them all for this thing. But I still think that could be like a good starting, actually. That, okay, let's say she was, you know, assaulted, right, by the Gurutushi paddling guy, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna kill him, you know. Happened 3 years ago, whatever, you know, that kind of thing, right? That being said, though, if it goes that storyline, that she wants revenge, something happened on Earth, right? Then I would hope it's something kind of brutal. If it was like this guy, you know, broke up with me, or this guy didn't want to be my boyfriend or whatever. if it's something like meaningless, like, oh no, this guy we dated like 3 years ago, and then he cheated on me or something, and she's like kill everyone for that reason, you know, that's gonna be ridiculous. She's like, I will kill you all, murder. Yeah, that is gonna be freaking ridiculous. If she's just like, haha, now I will murder all of you because this guy didn't kiss me at prom or something. Yeah, that is gonna be ridiculous. But I don't know, right? I feel that this anime here, and I keep saying it, I don't think they have built up this human side that much. That I don't think they have really like made me care too much about the humans, right? So we have her betrayal, you know, obviously betrayal stab scene. It was so incredibly obvious. And so on, right? But I don't feel they have, you know, again, built up. I mean, she's the only one that has any kind of storyline, right? And the priest, like, has to some extent, I suppose that, yeah. But like everything else, right? If you go back a little bit to Disorder, there's a good panel there. All of them, there's a great panel here. All of them, great panel there. Like, I don't care about his character. Do you? Leave a comment now or after, whatever. Does anyone care about his characters? Because I certainly don't. Okay. I'm here for the harem. I'm here for the bunny up-eyes or whatever. I'm here for the dragon ass. No, but without, you know, talking about the main character and his harem and so on, right? I just feel that all this character here basically have like zero screen time, right? And there's zero build up as characters, or they're not relatable to me. I feel like I know nothing about them, right? I really don't care if they die. You know what I mean? I'm just like, yeah, he's the paladin, and he's so kind of, I don't know, he's like a ninja or something, a rogue, I guess, yeah. But like, it's like, I don't know like anything about them, right? Except that he's the hero, of course, hero class. He's the warrior class. He's the rogue class, and the girls are, I don't know, like a dancer and something. Who knows, right? Prostitute. Who knows? Yeah, there's something different class, right? But that's like the build up of them, or the storytelling. Like they've been shown a little in the beginning, right? First 3 episodes, and then kind of ignored, and then they have like a few minutes per episode. So I just don't care if they die, right? Not really. And I have no idea, right, what she betrays them for. I have no idea what she hates her for. The other guy that already betrayed Hajime in episode 1, he of course did it because Netherrealm. He wanted to smash his girlfriend, right? You know, he wanted to smack the... Yeah, he wanted to get his healer ass right. So he knew, you know, he understand why. It's a very simplistic reason. He just wanted to get some ass right. But still, we understand why. And then, of course, now he's helping her again. We understand why, because he's some goddamn hentai. He's like, I can make her your sex slave. Okay, let's go for it, you know. Yeah, okay, fine, yeah. So we understand what he's doing it for. And he's pretty straightforward. But yeah, this new girl, why she betraying everyone for? No idea. So I hope this episode really kind of have to give a little backstory on her or something. We gotta like explain her reasoning and why she's doing it and what her aim is. And I think next episode is gonna be very important because it's gonna have to both give her some backstory, right? Some metal to her backstory. Like why did she hate her older classmates for, right? Did she get old or something? Right? Did shit happen to her or something? It has to be something like a kind of a a sad backstory or something. Not have to be sad, but preferably I would say a sad backstory, right? To explain why she hates them all, and then and then so on, and then we have to lead us into her main evil plan. Something. Oh, I'm going to take over the planet or whatever. So So I think this episode's gonna have a lot of storytelling about Eri here, the true evil. Then it's gonna need a lot of storyline to explain everything she's doing, right? Both her backstory, motivation, plan, and also have to explain how she teamed up with the other evils and so on. Yeah, so there is a lot of stuff to explain with her character. But that's why I feel that the anime is a little weak on this new betrayal, right? Because I would have preferred if they actually built up this, I don't know, her backstory, or whatever, interaction between the characters, more so coming to this point, right? Without spoilers, she's the traitor. But if you could see, maybe we could see a little more conflict between the characters. And then sadly, currently, what do we have some more flashback, right? Showing some conflict between them at school or whatever. And then we could maybe guess that probably one of these four is traitor or whatever. Right? So, yeah, one thing I don't like here, honestly, is that maybe it's better in the novel, right? So I haven't read the novel, so if you read the novel, please comment this, right? But could you guess she was a traitor? And, I think this is I think it has a strength and a weakness, right, of that thing, okay? I think there's a strength and a weakness of trying to figure out traitor, right? So where is she coming in here? I mean, at this in here, I felt I could guess she was traitor. She's like, oh yeah, this mind-controlled maid? Let's follow her, yeah. So this angle is actually obviously traitor. She was too much like, oh yeah, this is like a great idea. So at this point, she was traitor, right? But before this point, I don't think I could have guessed she was traitor at all, right? She has no screen time. And what do you think about that? Because personally, of course, I don't want a storyline to be like, here's the obvious traitor, right? That's just boring too. You can figure out immediately who is the bad person, right? So, for example, if you look at something like Promised Neverland, not a spoil who the traitor is, of course, but this is children, right? The one's get the house and so on, right? It's a premise, get the house. And one of the children is helping mom, right? One of the children is helping mom. And you have no idea who the kid is until a certain episode, right? But then you have all these like cues. Is it him? Is it her? So right? And you obviously can break it down to like, well, it's probably one of these three kids that are the traitor. It is kind of, I would say, obviously, they have to be one of these three. But still, you can't really tell, right? Even there are a couple of cues, right? But that I think is probably the best way to have a traitor, where you're like, okay, yeah, this is one of the kids that traitor, but I can't figure out who it is, and you can have your theories, and so on, right? But it's not too obvious, because if it's too obvious, that is bad too, right? If you figure it out. But here is that I think they went for the other route, which is like, oh, I have no idea if it is. Like, I have no clue who would betray them until this moment, basically, right? Until here, I was like, okay, she's very, very obviously helping this mind-controlled maid, so she's clearly evil, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And because her eyes are not mind controlled, right, she's evil by choice. So yeah, here I knew she was either, of course, working with the traitor, or working with the leader, or being traitor. But obviously she's gonna be a traitor. So yeah. At this point you know it, but then it's like 5 minutes until she reveals a traitor, right? So, but before this thing, yeah, no idea. And I will say, yeah, I don't prefer it too much, right? I don't prefer it if I can't guess who it is. And again, I don't want it to be iterated, but I don't want it to be, predictable, right? So but that's why I feel good, really good writing, right? Is like, again, like Promised Neverland. I think it's really good written in the beginning, because it's like, it's a traitor. Here's all the cues, right? But you cannot guess who it is. You can just be very, very sure, but you can't really guess, and you can kind of, it has to be this character, yeah. that's the brilliance, right? But honestly, Promised Neverland, people that seen it, I mean, the first season is really good. First season is fantastic. In the house, it's one of the best animes I think ever. It's an amazing season 1, right? And then of course last year season 2 it was so terrible. Yeah, it was season 2 of my Promised Neverland is one of the worst animes ever, right? And it's really, really, arguably one of the most disappointing animes ever because. Again, the first season is so well written. For example, this Traitor stuff is so well written, and then the next season is just so terribly written, right? So yeah, so you're like, oh shit, man. No, but that's a weird. I talk about other streams too, right? But I think that was the weirdest feeling because if you watch an anime, like for example, King's Game, not King's Ranking, which is a masterpiece, but King's Game, right? King's Game, I always say it's the worst anime I've seen in my life, right? King's Game is a tremendously 0-10 anime, it's terrible bad. And they're making a new season, they claimed a few years ago. It never arrived. Hopefully they cancel it, because it's the worst thing ever. But maybe they are making a season 2, right? But if I watch that anime, I'm not gonna be disappointed, because my expectation is 0, you know what I mean? I'm like, well, if season 1 is a 0 out of 10, I don't expect anything, right? From season 2, you know what I mean? It's 0 out of 10 again, yeah. But Promised Neverland, you're like, you expected it to be a masterpiece, right? Season 2, but it was the worst thing ever. But I don't know, here I feel, yeah, it's a little bit of the lazy route, honestly. I don't think it's bad, but I feel it's a little lazy. Or I don't lazy is the right word for it, but I just feel like, I would like to have some little more build-up of conflict between the classmates, you know? And I would like to be like, oh, she's a traitor because he grabbed her ass or whatever. I would like to have, oh yeah, of course, because there was some kind of sex scene with her and this guy in the school scene, and it was kind of unclear. I see he abused her. I get it now. You know, I would like to have some kind of like, you know, oh shit, that now it makes sense, or you know what I mean. I would like to have something like that kind of. Oh, she's a traitor. I get it. You know, some kind of reveal in my head. Oh, I understand, right? You know, I understand why she's a traitor. But now I'm just like, oh, she's a traitor. Okay, sure. Yeah. Now it's a little more like she's a traitor. Oh, okay. I don't really know. Do you guys care? It's a little bit like, okay, sure, she betrayed them. I have no... I didn't know why. I barely know who she is. So like, yeah, whatever. But anyway, just briefly, this scene was terrible, honestly. Oh, yeah, this was terrible, whatever, yeah. That, I mean, it was just epic. That really was bad. They shouldn't do that, I feel. It's just too much a flash lightning thing. Not a fan. Definitely could have been done without that. Remind me of Pokemon, you know, Polygon thing. Otherwise, though, this was cute as always. I mean, again, I like Sensei's one of the top ranked waifus, right? And I love the scene here where she was like all blushing and all classes. No, stop teasing me, you know. Hajime, I don't love you that much, you know. Sensei's in love with her student, maybe I am. Yeah, this scene. Yeah, I mean, I care about you as my student, not as my boyfriend. I mean, kind of. Yeah, come on, I've been always coming to gold, right? She's always like, yeah. He's always so goddamn cute, but she's clearly horny for him. You all know that. She wants to smash a boy, right? She wants to get some her student ass, you know, she wants to get some stuff, right? We know that. And she's always like, no, I mean, like, yeah, maybe, okay, after this thing. It's always like this weird thing. And, you know, honestly, I feel, we haven't seen much of this thing, but I do feel that Tio and Sensei has a really good dynamic there, because, of course, Tio is an amazing, crazy, you know, she's the end red hentai, yeah. So of course Tio is like, yeah, do it, Sensei. You want some boy? You want him? Get some, right? Yeah. So Tio is like pushing her, like, oh, tell him you want this PP. You know, she's always like, yeah, you do it, right? Yeah. So they have a great dynamic. Sensei is of course a little bit like awkward being in his harem, being a sensei, and Tio is like, oh, everyone is welcome. The more the merrier, right? Yeah, she's just like, yeah, I love this. Oh, it's so dirty. I wanna watch, right? Yeah, she you know, she's there like provoking her to be like, yeah, oh, it's awesome. But anyway, guys, subscribe to the button so you guys soon with Osama ranking. I think it's out early today, maybe, right? Because of daylight time savings. If that thing is correct, it should be out 1 hour early today. Man, I always forget the daylight time saving starting. So the stock market was 1 hour early. I always forget that. I was so bad. I'm always like, oh, is it open? Oh yeah, it's daylight. Damn it! It's supposed to be 1 hour later. Happens to me every day this week. I'm like, oh, of course it does. It's the same time. It's like twice a week per year. I'm always like, oh, damn daylight saving time shit. Better see you guys.